Folks, in my 20 years inside the league, I've seen a lot of trades, a lot of upheavals, and plenty of rumors that turned out to be smoke and mirrors. But what's happening right now, at this exact moment, is something I can confidently say I've never witnessed in my entire career. This isn't just another trade rumor. It's a seismic shift in the NFL landscape. Right now, behind closed doors, a secret operation is unfolding that could alter the face of the NFC and send shockwaves through the league forever. I've heard whispers, secret meetings, clandestine conversations with insiders and sources so plugged into the NFL machinery that I can say with certainty, what's brewing here is bigger than anyone dares to imagine. You might think you've seen it all, but I promise what's happening now goes far beyond typical off-season chatter. It's a game changer, a moment that will be remembered for decades. And I can't keep this information to myself. No way. If you're someone who's serious about understanding the real story behind the headlines, if you want to be in the know before the masses catch on, then you need to listen closely now. Because I'm about to reveal what they're desperately trying to hide, an insider plan so colossal that it could redefine the entire NFC playoff picture. But first, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate the bell. If you're not in the inner circle yet, you're missing out on the knowledge that separates the casual fans from the real insiders. For those who want the truth, stick with me, because what I'm about to share is the kind of intel you only get on the inside. This isn't just a rumor, it's a revelation. Now let's peel back the curtain, because what's unfolding in the shadows of the NFL is nothing short of extraordinary. It all begins with the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that's already established as a powerhouse. Super Bowl champions just last season, stacked on offense and defense, with a roster that oozes talent from every position. But even in the best of times, in a league where every inch of an advantage counts, the Eagles are looking to push even further. And the target, an upgrade at tight end that could surpass everything we've seen before. But why now? What's driving this unprecedented move? The answer lies deep in the current NFL landscape, and I'll tell you, this is about more than just football. It's about legacy, dominance, and a master plan that's been in motion for months. Let me take you back a little to understand just how deep this rabbit hole goes. As of May 28, 2026, the Eagles' coaching staff, led by head coach Nick Sirianni, has been transforming the offense with surgical precision. Sean Mannion, a seasoned veteran with a cerebral approach, was brought in as offensive coordinator in January 2026, signaling a shift towards more complex, high-volume passing schemes. The team's roster is stacked. Jalen Carter, A.J. Brown, Darius Slay, and now, a young core ready to strike at any moment. But beneath that shiny surface lies an Achilles heel, a need for a truly game-breaking tight end who can not only block but stretch defenses vertically, create mismatches, and elevate the entire unit. Here's the thing, Dallas's Jake Ferguson, a 27-year-old Wisconsin product, has quietly become one of the most productive tight ends in the league. Last season, Ferguson caught 82 passes for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. Solid numbers, yes, but what's more telling are his advanced stats, his route running, his ability to find soft spots in zone coverage, and his dependable hands. And don't forget, Ferguson is a high-character guy, a locker room leader, and someone who's grown into a true centerpiece for Dallas. Yet amidst the buzz, there are whispers that Dallas might be open to emerging offers, especially if they see a chance to shake things up and capitalize on Ferguson's rising market value. But why would the Eagles target Ferguson? It's not just about acquiring a good tight end. It's about landing a perfect piece that fits their scheme like a glove. Ferguson's skill set, especially his ability to dominate the middle of the field in a gridlocked NFL, aligns perfectly with Sirianni's aggressive, possession-oriented offense. His 2025 campaign was a testament to consistency, 82 receptions on 102 targets, with a yards-per-catch average of 7.3. That's not the flashy, deep-threat profile that some teams chase, but in Philadelphia's scheme, where precision and chain moving are king, Ferguson is that ideal mismatch nightmare. And what about his film? I've studied every route, every catch, every block. Ferguson's game is built on his exceptional football IQ. He's a supreme route runner, with a knack for creating separation in tight windows. His footwork is crisp, his hands reliable even in traffic, and his ability to turn a simple dump-off into consistent yardage is unparalleled for a tight end of his size. Watching his tape from 2025, it's clear he's evolved into a true offensive weapon. He's not merely a check-down option. He's a key component in the run-pass option game, a security blanket for quarterbacks under pressure, and a matchup nightmare for linebackers and safeties alike. Advanced metrics reinforce this. Ferguson ranks in the top 10 among tight ends in yards after catch per reception, and his Pro Football Focus grades have climbed into elite territory, above 85 overall, marking him as a top-tier player in the league. His contested catch rate isn't elite, but his ability to make clutch plays in critical moments has been proven time and again. Dallas values him highly, and his market value, already at a 4-year, $50 million extension, only increases if he continues on this trajectory. But here's where the plot thickens. Sources tell me Dallas is open to offers, particularly if they can land a draft capital boost or a high-caliber player to accelerate their rebuild. Now, how could this trade happen? The NFL's trade market is a delicate dance: cap hits, salary gymnastics, contractual obligations. Ferguson's cap hit in 2026 is estimated around $12.5 million annually, which makes him a premium commodity but also a manageable piece in the right deal. Dallas would likely demand a high draft pick, perhaps a first or second rounder, and maybe a young player or a veteran to sweeten the package. The Eagles, on the other hand, could leverage their cap space, their draft capital, and their deep roster to make a compelling offer. Could a combination of a 2026 first-round pick, a mid-round selection, and maybe even a promising young linebacker or safety do the trick? It's not out of the realm of possibility. Why would Dallas consider this? It comes down to a strategic recalibration. Ferguson is talented, no doubt, but Dallas has other pass-catching options. See D. Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and a promising young offense. If they can acquire a premium draft pick or a player that accelerates their rebuild, it's a calculated risk worth taking. For Dallas, this is about maximizing their value and building for the future, especially if they see Ferguson as a nice-to-have rather than an indispensable piece. Now, what about the Eagles? This is where it gets even more interesting. Philadelphia is known for their aggressive moves, their willingness to chase marquee players, and their ability to adapt quickly. Adding Ferguson wouldn't just be about upgrading the position. It's about injecting a skill set into Sirianni's offense that opponents will absolutely dread. Think about the matchup nightmares. Ferguson's ability to operate in the short and intermediate zones, combined with the speed and route running of Devonta Smith and Jalen Reagor, would give Philly a potent, multi-layered attack. Scheme fit, perfect. Ferguson's skills align seamlessly with the Eagles' principles: spread out defenses, create mismatches, and wear down opponents in the second half. His possession-oriented style meshes with Hurts' playmaking ability, and the potential for Ferguson to become a red zone weapon is enormous. Plus, his youth, still only 27, means he has a long prime ahead, fitting perfectly into Philly's window of contention. And don't forget the ripple effects on the NFC. If the Eagles add Ferguson, they boost their offensive power exponentially, making them an even more formidable opponent in the NFC playoffs. Opponents would have to account for him in every down, doubling him, bracket coverage, blitz adjustments. That creates openings elsewhere: Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, and even the run game. It's a chess move that could push Philly into a new stratosphere. Let's analyze the potential impact. Ferguson's addition could elevate Philly's offensive efficiency by at least 10%, according to advanced analytics. His presence would open up play-action opportunities, and his reliable hands would reduce third-down struggles. For Hurts, Ferguson would become a trusted safety valve, not just a checkdown, but a true extension of the offense. Defenders forced to respect Ferguson's route running and YAC ability would have to compromise their coverage schemes, creating mismatches and mismarking opportunities across the field. But what about the downside? It's not all roses. The trade cost could be hefty, and losing a draft pick limits future flexibility. Ferguson's cap hit also adds to a rising salary structure for Philly's offense, requiring meticulous cap management. And there's always the risk that Ferguson's production dips in a new environment, although I highly doubt that will happen given his skill set and age. Now, what's the timeline here? If this deal is true, and I believe it's teetering on the brink, things could move fast. The Eagles are famously aggressive during the offseason, and with OTAs just wrapping, linchpins like Ferguson catch the eye of decision-makers more than ever. Sources suggest that negotiations have been more intense than the public might realize, with the Eagles pushing hard to finalize something before the draft, or even during the early stages of minicamp. Dallas, on the other side, is playing it cool, waiting for the right offer to come through, knowing that Ferguson's value is only rising. In conclusion, what we're witnessing is more than just a trade rumor. It's a full-blown chess match. The Eagles, with their championship window, are going all in to chase a superstar tight end that could tip the scales in their favor for years to come. Dallas, meanwhile, remains flexible, possibly positioning themselves for a last-minute power move. If this trade happens, and I believe it's more than just talk, it will rewrite the NFC playoff landscape, cementing Philly's dominance or setting the stage for a dramatic rebuild. And as always, the league's greatest stories are written in the offseason. Stay tuned because what's unfolding now is the kind of NFL drama that legends are made of. The only question is, are you ready to see history being made? Because I promise, what's coming next will be even bigger than you think.